It's something you may have known all along. Simple, yes, but its power? Truly remarkable. 5 healthy foods that secretly spike blood sugar after 60. Avoid 3. There's a quiet danger hiding in our kitchen. It wears a healthy label, it looks innocent, and it might even be in your breakfast bowl this morning. But for those of us over 60, these 5 seemingly healthy foods can silently spike our blood sugar, and we don't even feel it until the fatigue, the brain fog, or that stubborn belly weight refuses to budge. If you stick with me until the very end of this video, you'll discover which foods are causing the most harm, why your age makes it worse, and how to replace them without giving up taste, comfort, or ease. One of these foods, you might already know it. It might even seem basic, but the results of cutting it out or simply swapping it are out of this world. We'll move step by step, gently and clearly, so you feel informed, not overwhelmed. And in the final moments, I'll share the single best method to protect your blood sugar daily without crash diets, pills, or skipping meals. So, if you've been wondering why your healthy diet isn't working anymore, the answer might be right here. Let's begin. Why healthy isn't always healthy anymore after 60. When we were younger, our bodies could handle a lot more. Sugar, starches, even late-night snacks. But once we pass 60, our metabolism changes, our insulin response slows, and foods that once gave us energy now quietly send our blood sugar soaring. Even more surprisingly, many of these foods are marketed as healthy. You've probably seen them on wellness blogs, heard doctors recommend them, or even bought them with good intentions. But here's the twist. What works for a 30-year-old body doesn't always work for a 70-year-old one. Aging cells process glucose differently. Our muscles store sugar less, and inflammation becomes more reactive. So that harmless snack bar or smoothie may be doing more harm than good. In today's video, we'll walk through 5 specific foods that may look like smart choices, but that could be sabotaging your health after 60. I'll explain why they spike blood sugar, what signs to watch for, and what to eat instead that's just as satisfying. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because once you see the hidden sugars and glycemic traps, you start to make wiser decisions, one comforting bite at a time. And up next, we'll begin with a morning favorite that nearly every senior I know eats daily: the healthy cereal that isn't helping you. Let's talk about cereal. That box in your pantry that says heart healthy, whole grain, or low fat. For many people over 60, it's a staple breakfast. It's quick, easy, and feels light. But the truth is, even the so-called healthy cereals can spike your blood sugar within minutes of eating them. Many of these cereals are highly processed. They're made from refined grains that break down quickly into glucose. Even those labeled whole grain often have added sugars, dried fruits, and sweetened coatings. What does that mean for your body? A rapid surge in blood sugar, followed by a crash, and all the symptoms that come with it: fatigue, cravings, irritability. Your aging body doesn't metabolize these carbs as efficiently. That quick-release sugar overwhelms your system, especially in the morning when your cortisol is already high. And if you combine cereal with fruit juice or a banana, that's a triple hit. Instead, try warm oats with chia seeds, a handful of walnuts, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Or go savory with a boiled egg and half an avocado. Both stabilize blood sugar and keep you full longer. Coming up next, a drink many of us turn to for energy, but it's quietly disrupting your glucose more than you think. Smoothies, not always the health halo you think. Smoothies are one of the biggest traps out there. They're colorful, fruity, and often sold in health food stores or made right in your blender with the best intentions. But if you're over 60, most smoothies are a sugar bomb waiting to happen. Why? Because blending fruits breaks down their fiber. That fiber is what slows sugar absorption in your body. Without it, even natural sugars from fruit cause your glucose to spike fast. Add in extras like yogurt with added sugar, fruit juice, or protein powders with hidden sweeteners, and you've got a glycemic nightmare. Many people sip smoothies thinking they're being good, but what they're actually doing is flooding their system with fast-absorbing carbs, and then wondering why they're hungry an hour later or sleepy mid-morning. Instead, make your smoothie with low-sugar fruits like berries, use unsweetened almond milk, toss in greens like spinach, and balance it with fat or protein. Think flax seeds, Greek yogurt, or a spoonful of almond butter. Remember, just because something's cold and blended doesn't mean it's easy on your blood sugar. Coming up, a snack praised for its protein, but it's not as innocent as it looks. Granola bars? A sticky situation for blood sugar. Granola bars. They sit in your pantry, purse, or glove compartment for when hunger strikes. They seem convenient, packed with oats, nuts, maybe some dried fruit. But here's the hidden truth. Most granola bars, especially the ones labeled low-fat or energy, are loaded with sugars and syrups. Even the healthy varieties use honey, brown rice syrup, agave, or dates to bind the ingredients together. These sugars may sound natural, but they still cause blood glucose to spike rapidly. Add in the lack of real fiber and protein, and your body's response is the same as eating candy. For older adults, this means a wave of energy, followed by a sharp crash. And over time, those constant spikes wear down insulin sensitivity. You might even start to notice weight gain, joint inflammation, or trouble concentrating. So, what can you do? Make your own bars at home with minimal sweeteners, or simply snack on raw almonds, a few apple slices, or a piece of cheese. You'll stay fuller longer, and your blood sugar will thank you. Up next, a food often seen in health-conscious lunches, but its glycemic impact is surprisingly strong, especially as we age. Whole wheat bread, not the friend you think it is. Whole wheat bread, it sounds like the smarter choice, especially when compared to white bread. And in some ways, it is. It has a bit more fiber and nutrients. But here's what many don't realize. Most store-bought whole wheat bread is still highly processed. That processing means your body digests it quickly, turning those carbs into sugar within minutes. For someone over 60 with a slowing metabolism and increased insulin resistance, even a slice or two of whole wheat toast can spike blood sugar unexpectedly. And it's not just the bread. Think about the typical sandwich. You might add honey mustard, a slice of tomato, or a banana on the side. These combinations, though tasty, can create a blood sugar spike that's hard to control. To make a better choice, consider sprouted grain breads or seed-based alternatives. Or think outside the loaf. Use a lettuce wrap, a low-carb tortilla, or even a slice of roasted sweet potato for your sandwich base. When you switch out even one bread-based meal a day, many people notice more stable energy and fewer crashes. Still with me? Great, because in the next segment, we'll look at one more healthy item that's hiding in plain sight and messing with your blood sugar in ways most doctors won't tell you. Flavored yogurts, a sweet surprise in the dairy aisle. Flavored yogurts often wear a health halo. They boast probiotics, low fat, and convenient portion sizes. But flip the container and read the label. Many have more sugar than a slice of cake, especially those marketed to women or labeled as fruit on the bottom. They can contain 15 to 25 grams of sugar in a single cup. For anyone over 60, that sugar hits harder. With reduced insulin sensitivity, your body can't handle the spike as efficiently. The result? An hour or two later, you feel drained, foggy, and strangely hungry again. Even the so-called natural yogurts use fruit purees, cane sugar, or even corn syrup to boost flavor. It may taste good, but it's not doing your blood sugar any favors. Swap it out with plain Greek yogurt. Add your own berries or cinnamon. You still get the probiotics, calcium, and protein without the glucose roller coaster. Now, coming up, one final food in our list that's often seen in diet plans and hospitals alike, but its effect on blood sugar is surprisingly sharp, especially when eaten on its own. Crackers, the tiny snack that causes big spikes. Crackers may seem harmless. They're light, crunchy, and often served as a snack with tea, soup, or cheese. But for older adults, crackers, even the whole grain kind, are often just refined carbs in disguise. Many popular brands contain white flour, malt extract, or hidden sugars, and they have very little fiber or fat to slow digestion. So even a small handful can cause a fast blood sugar spike. Pair them with something sweet like jam or dried fruit, and the effect is magnified. Why does this matter? Because these spikes, even small ones, can slowly lead to insulin resistance, more belly fat, and erratic energy. Over time, you may notice increased joint pain, poor sleep, or even anxiety after eating certain snacks. Instead, try a handful of roasted pumpkin seeds, celery with nut butter, or cucumber slices topped with hummus. They satisfy the crunch without the blood sugar spike. Now, if you're still watching at this point, I want to thank you, and I want to hear from you. Type 1 in the comments if you've learned something new so far. Your voice matters here. Coming next, we'll connect the dots between all these foods and reveal how one simple shift in your daily routine can make all the difference. If you've made it this far, you're already doing something powerful for your health. You're learning. You're taking back control. And that's not always easy, especially when we've been told the same things for decades about what's good for us. By now, you've heard about several common foods and drinks that may be doing more harm than good, even though they seem healthy. You've learned about cereals, smoothies, granola bars, wheat bread, yogurt, and now sugary drinks. But don't feel overwhelmed. The goal isn't to change everything overnight. It's to become aware. So your next grocery trip, your next breakfast choice, or your next snack can be a little more intentional. If you're still with me, type 1 in the comments below. Let me know you're here, you're learning, and you're taking this journey seriously. It helps others see they're not alone, and it helps us keep making these videos just for you. Coming up next, a popular fruit that seems harmless, but can spike sugar quickly if eaten the wrong way. Bananas, nature's candy, but not always friendly. Bananas are one of the most common fruits for breakfast. They're portable, they're soft on the stomach, and they seem natural. And they are, but they're also high in sugar and low in fiber once ripe. As bananas ripen, their starch converts into simple sugars: glucose, fructose, and sucrose. For seniors with slower metabolism or blood sugar concerns, eating a ripe banana can lead to a sharp spike in glucose. That's not to say bananas are bad, but how and when you eat them matters. Eating a ripe banana alone, especially on an empty stomach, can cause a blood sugar roller coaster. Here's a better approach. Pair half a banana with a handful of almonds or Greek yogurt. The fat and protein help slow the absorption of sugar. Better yet, choose less ripe bananas or swap them for low glycemic fruits like blueberries, blackberries, or green apples. Your goal is balance, not restriction. Let's keep building that knowledge. Up next, we'll explore a popular lunchtime favorite that can spike sugar even when it's whole grain.
Rice. Yes, even brown rice. Rice is a staple in many meals, especially brown rice, which is often seen as the healthier choice. But for those over 60, even brown rice can cause rapid blood sugar spikes. Why? Because rice, even the whole grain kind, is a high glycemic food. That means your body digests it quickly, converting it into glucose fast. The result? A surge of sugar in your bloodstream, followed by a crash, and then hunger all over again. Age only makes this worse. Our insulin sensitivity declines over time, so our body's ability to handle carbs like rice becomes less efficient. But you don't have to give up comfort foods. Try cauliflower rice, which is low carb and fiber rich, or mix brown rice with lentils or black beans. The added protein and fiber slow down the sugar response. The key isn't to eliminate, it's to combine. Balance your plate. Add fat, fiber, and protein to every starchy food. This one small change can transform how your body reacts. Coming up, a food that's been labeled heart healthy, but might be sneaking in sugar spikes every day. Instant oatmeal, this sneaky morning saboteur. Oatmeal is often seen as the perfect breakfast for seniors. Warm, comforting, and heart healthy. But instant oatmeal packets, especially the flavored kinds, are a hidden danger. They often contain added sugars, artificial flavors, and refined oats that digest much faster than steel-cut or old-fashioned varieties. That means your body absorbs them like sugar, quickly and all at once. Even low-sugar versions can be deceptive, with 9 to 12 grams of sugar in a single packet. Add milk or bananas, and the spike intensifies. Instead, opt for plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats. Cook them yourself. Then add a dash of cinnamon, some crushed walnuts, or chia seeds. These ingredients not only add flavor, but also slow the absorption of sugars. You don't need to give up oatmeal. You just need to choose the right kind and dress it wisely. Up next, a look at a snack aisle favorite that seems like a safe treat, but might be sabotaging your progress every morning. Rice cakes. Crunchy, light, and spiky. Rice cakes have long been marketed as a diet food, low in calories, fat-free, and easy to grab. For many older adults, they feel like a guilt-free snack. But here's the surprise. Rice cakes have one of the highest glycemic indexes of any common snack. That means they raise your blood sugar faster than even table sugar in some cases. Why? Because they're made of puffed, processed white rice, stripped of fiber and nutrients. And when you eat one or two alone, especially without protein or fat, your body digests them like candy. Worse yet, they're not very filling. You may find yourself reaching for more within minutes, and your blood sugar goes on a roller coaster ride. But not all is lost. If you love the crunch, you can still enjoy rice cakes, just differently. Try topping one with natural almond butter and chia seeds, or opt for whole grain crisp breads with hummus or avocado instead. It's about upgrading, not eliminating. Now, in the next segment, we're diving into an item most people think they've figured out, but the sugar truth might surprise you. Fruit juices. A health halo or a hidden trap? You might think a glass of orange juice or apple juice is a healthy choice, full of vitamins and natural goodness. But for those over 60, fruit juice can act like liquid sugar. Juicing removes the fiber that naturally slows sugar absorption. What's left is a fast-acting dose of fructose and glucose that enters your bloodstream almost instantly. Even no sugar-added juices often contain 20 to 30 grams of natural sugar per cup, the same as a can of soda. And here's the kicker. Our aging bodies process fructose less efficiently, making blood sugar spikes and fat storage more likely. If you love juice, here's a better idea. Dilute it with water. Or better yet, infuse your water with orange slices, crushed berries, or herbs for flavor without the sugar load. Or eat the whole fruit instead, fiber and all. There's a place for sweet flavor, but juice, it's best treated like dessert, not a daily habit. Up next, a trendy topping many consider heart healthy, but might be pushing your sugars higher than you think. Agave syrup. Not the healthy sugar. Agave syrup has gained popularity as a natural sweetener, often used by those trying to cut back on refined sugar. It's labeled low glycemic, which makes it sound safer, but the science tells a different story. Agave is extremely high in fructose, even higher than high fructose corn syrup in many cases. And while fructose doesn't spike glucose directly, it taxes your liver and leads to insulin resistance over time. That's especially risky for seniors. As we age, liver function slows and our sensitivity to insulin declines. So sweeteners like agave can quietly push us towards prediabetes, even if our glucose meter doesn't show an immediate spike. What's a better alternative? Try cinnamon, vanilla extract, or a touch of raw honey in moderation. And remember, the less you sweeten things over time, the more your taste buds reset. Our next segment explores a snack that seems innocent, but when you break it down, it's practically sugar in disguise. Dried fruit. Concentrated sugar bombs. Dried fruits like raisins, dates, and dried cranberries are often added to trail mixes, baked goods, or eaten by the handful. They sound natural. They are natural, but they're also highly concentrated sources of sugar. When fruit is dried, the water is removed, but the sugar remains. A handful of raisins can have over 25 grams of sugar. And many brands add sugar or syrup during processing, especially with cranberries or dried mango. Worst yet, the lack of water and fiber makes the sugar absorb quickly. Your body doesn't have time to regulate. It just soaks it up like a sponge. Instead of snacking on dried fruit, try fresh berries or pair a tiny portion of raisins with nuts or plain Greek yogurt. Balance is key. In the next segment, we'll look at one last sneaky sugar trigger, then reveal the most powerful way to keep your blood sugar balanced.
Gluten-free snacks, a false sense of safety. Going gluten-free has become a trend, and many people, including older adults, assume it's automatically healthier. But here's the truth. Many gluten-free crackers, cookies, and baked goods are made from refined starches like rice flour, potato starch, or tapioca starch. These ingredients break down into sugar fast. In fact, some gluten-free snacks have a higher glycemic index than their wheat-based versions. If you've switched to gluten-free products thinking they're safer for your blood sugar, check the labels. Many are low in fiber, high in carbs, and offer little in the way of nutritional value. So, what does work? Let's now reveal the most powerful method to keep your blood sugar steady, especially after 60. The optimal method revealed. Here's the truth we rarely hear loud enough. You don't need a complicated diet. You don't need to fear every bite of food. What you need, especially after 60, is a lens to look through. One simple filter that helps you decide, will this help my body or send my blood sugar spinning? That lens is what I'm about to share. And it's not a product, it's not a trend. It's a pattern, a rhythm, a way of eating that works for your body, not against it. You might already know it. It might even sound basic, but the results are out of this world. Smoother energy, fewer cravings, more control, better sleep, and in some cases, reduced medication needs. What is it? It's called the GFP rule. Greens, fat, protein. And if you use it, even when you indulge a little, your body will thank you. Quietly, but powerfully. Now, let's break it down. Exactly how to use it and why it works every single time. The number one method to control blood sugar after 60, food pairing and timing. Here it is. It might seem basic, you might already know it, but the results are out of this world. The most effective way to reduce blood sugar spikes? Pair your carbs with fiber, fat, and protein and eat them in the right order. Start your meal with fiber-rich veggies or a small salad, then eat your protein and fat like eggs, fish, nuts, or avocado. Only after that, add your starchy carbs, whether it's fruit, rice, or oats. Why? This order slows digestion. It blunts the glucose surge. Your body processes the food more evenly, leading to steadier energy, fewer cravings, and better long-term blood sugar control. And this method works even if you occasionally enjoy the foods we talked about today. It's not about strict avoidance. It's about smart combinations. Now, if you've made it this far, type 2 in the comments. Let us know you're committed. And if this video helped you, please subscribe, like, and share it with someone you care about. Because aging well with energy, clarity, and joy starts with simple daily choices. You've got this.